Et nous revoilà. Ok.
Noble monarch, I've cleansed the foulness from the road as you commanded.
My blade, you've helped me ascend and take the crown. Ask.
What I desire is the same as before.
Look, I've prepared you a grand banquet. The finest honey brew and tribute.
Fish are drawn to light by nature, for the deep sea knows only gloom. Now I found a flame. It may scald and burn.
Come, let us join the feast. Perhaps the path forward lies.
Have you heard that the Imperator's about to begin a new campaign?
My faithful subjects, tonight's feast is not just for the past. It's a toast to born from our golden blood is an unstoppable colossus. Our iron beast to trample the universe!
Great monarch. I've heard the universe teems with great...
Fear not. Before the troops of the destruction, such rabble is no more than cosmic dust. Surely there's a planet draped in oceans out there in the stars. Once I claim it, it shall be yours to rule. And to the rest, your triumphs will not go unrewarded.
Salut,
I
Prestige.
promise you a new age, free of fear. Now, raise your cups to our conquest among the
Sea of stars! Sea of stars! Conquest among the sea of stars. Come now. Join me.
Where's the way out of this illusion? Come quick! Let's celebrate together!
I've saved the finest.
Noble knight, you are truly a blazing spark. It is my honor.
Noble knight, you have earned victory with your blade. And you have every reason to revel in this moment of triumph.
Noble knight, with the sovereign now enthroned, this triumph is yours as much as hers. Let me raise a toast to you.
Noble knight, your strength is boundless. Lead us to conquer.
Then drink we shall.
Faudrait que je le rejoue. Ah,
Raise your glass.
franchement. Je sais pas où tu en étais arrêté, mais
In the deep
pour
sea,
l'instant, c'est pas le Gatsa que je
I never
conseillerais.
knew what fire was. But when I set foot on land, the first light that I saw was the flames of war, lit with golden blood.
Oh putain. Ah ouais, d'accord. Faut pas que tu rejoues à HSR, faut juste que tu commences à HSR.
It scorched my fins, made me feel pain, ignited an unprecedented hunger that flickers in every hero's heart.
Look! The monarch herself has taken her seat!
Hear that? The court sings her praises.
Come! Join us and praise her glory.
One eye of hers sees glory, the other sees corpses.
And yet, she cherishes the name of glory more than fear and death.
As they say, the coward died 1,000 times before his end.
But the brave face death but once, which gods stand witness.
On the eve of war, we sang our hymns and set our sights to set. The legions will climb aboard the beast, riding it like currents across the cosmos. Planets after planets flew the flags of her crown. Realm after realm was ignited by her flames of war. As the final resistance fell silent, a vast empire rose from among the stars. That's how the story ends. Tell me, visitor. And yes. Just fake bubbles glinting on the surface. It's time for me to wake up from this drunken dream.
Je suis en route pour rentrer. Ah bah... Bonne route. Oh putain. Eh, tu m'as réparé ça? Comment ça, l'impérateur est mort?
People once cheered the cosmos.
Hmm?
The battlefield.
Ah putain, oui.
That
Attends.
Before the Sovereign's conquest reached its end, her life and ambition had already... This is the true ending. Her grand designs torn apart by the blade. And the one who struck her down? The one who struck her down was her most loyal Gladius. I don't need to explain myself. I wandered the shore, found a flicker of flame. I don't understand. If the ocean's feast, the Imperator's dream, when the Deliverer returns, I will let this absurd... But Greyfry, I can't help but wonder how I dearly wish this feast of the flame chase would never end.
It seems she sensed your presence. The Fantasia's foundation is starting to crack.
Voilà.
Let's return to the prologue. Remember the allegory of the cave? Can the prisoners in the cave learn to see the shadows and echoes for what they are? As you've seen, when she cast off her chains, finally turned to look around, and moved to the light will blind her. For the fire behind her had never once actually touched her eyes. Her legs will buckle beneath her, for she had never learned to walk free. And so she fell into infinite confusion and fear, and came to firmly believe that but we in the cosmos, are we truly any wiser than she was? Now, nameless one, fate the paths you tread, the eons you worship, everything you've trailblazed with your own hands. Could it all be someone else's projected shadow? Let's leave that question till after the curtain falls. Once you've unearthed every last truth, I, the Theoros, have walked the 30 million histories born by Kozlana. 1,000 years is a mere atom in a grain of sand to me. Amphorious compared to the cosmos, is I swore to bring an end to the erudition. Would I really let a single grain grind? No. Please use the power of time to open the gate to the ocean's depths. Go find the prison. That palace reflects the heart of the demigod of ocean. Intoxicated. An ugly history, long buried by tides and shame. A staircase of apotheosis that the Imperator forged with the golden blood of 500 human sacrifices. I'll wait for you at the heart of the world to reach the place.
Beyond this door lies the path to the vortex of Genesis.
Now step away from this false banquet. And then onto that bloody stage. The palace that worshipped the ocean, the sanctuary connected to the vortex, was also her exuberant song halted the passage of time in this place, imprisoning my body, and the twisted time and space reflect her confusion. And so, the Imperator's crimes were veiled.
Stay away from Apollonius!
This cup of honey. Done, Virginia.
Dux Hakalithist! We can't give up here!
Sadly, all you see is remnant of history. And your interference is just another equally futile echo.
Now farewell, existence of Nuke, for tomorrow!
Aucune vague, il y en a deux.
Stay put! Watch over you and guide you on your path.
Corpulence consume me. Hail the new dawn! Quench the flames of blood. Her agony! The flames are not strong. Quench the flames of blood. Branded with strife. I'll never yield to fate. So tear the sky! So without substance.
Apollonius. Look. But I think
I'm sorry.
it's okay. I'm glad to die by your side.
Ah, such an even as the foundation of the world crumbles, the heartless Imperator still, during the first Flame Chase journey, the Flame Chase Legion stormed Styxia. Tens of thousands of sea sirens. The hell before you is the recreate.
Apollonius. Look. I chased the enemy away.
Ah, fièvre de la marée noire. Est un malus de dégâts sur la durée. Les dégâts sur la durée de la fièvre noire proviennent des dégâts subis par la cible. Ok. cumuler fièvre de la marée noire réinitialise la durée de l'effet. Ouais, bah c'est juste une mécanique pour les dots en fait.
A painful past, yet hidden beneath a veil of awe. Two discarded data clusters waiting. Relive the history.
Isn't that the deliverer?
Light up the door.
Hey, pourquoi t'as pas disparu toi?
What a wretched way to die. The Flame Chase army, devoured by warbling fish. Never look. The cruel Imperator and her Knight Commander. The pitiful Warden. What a perfectly matched duo of tests. Raise the bridge and cross the river of fate. This...
Imperator! Imperator! Did you see my gallant deeds, Imperator?
A sovereign and the sword at her...
Imperator, why did you...
You're here, Dux Gladiorum.
You ordered me to seal the sea route and handle threats from the rear. So why didn't you wait for me to return? Why send the Vanguard ahead and let them die in vain?
Die in vain? No, you're wrong. Their golden blood won't be spilled for
The trial of law? You never spoke of this to anyone.
the one who wishes to bear law must purge this world of its curse and offer the blood of the I pondered long on what Talantin meant by blood of the accursed. You, I, and every Chrysos heir summoned by the prophecy are the accursed ones. Just like that arrogant Theoros. Dux Frigoris, Dux Brumalis, Dux Helcalethist. Their fate was sealed at that moment. Die.
You speak as if they didn't die because of your cold-blooded schemes. Was their loyalty meaning?
Losses are a constant on the Flame Chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. If a subject marches to war without that conviction, then yes, as you said.
And what about my loyalty, Ceredra? You sent me away under the pretense of guarding the rear. Was there... any...
Because you still have a duty no one else can bear. Only you can uphold Fagoos's divine authority. The choice is yours now. Cast off the chains of loyalty and drive those blades through my heart. If you no longer share my vision or believe in the new law I seek to weave for Amphorius, the Imperator of Amphorius may be ruthless and cruel, but never a liar. Know this. I am ready to sacrifice everything.
Now you've seen it. The brutal Imperator was willing to spill the blood of 500 heroes to complete. I'm no storyteller. I have no duty nor interest. I just want you to witness the monstrous choice the Imperator made before the Chrysos heir turn. You jest. I gave, but I won't squander a chance. Not even a sliver of one. If there's even a crack, then my victory is all. Now that the past is settled, let's turn the page and dive deeper still. Until we...
Is the past ahead underwater? need the Orynyx orb to bring back the chrono vessel from the past.
Shatter the vessel of time, and let this stagnant pool, this hidden gate, hurry now. The time of our reunion. This cruel journey will reach its end at long last.
Comment des bougies peuvent monter
You've been silent a long while, Dux Gladiorum. Starting to doubt your decision?
Elle l'a pas tué.
Save your breath. The vortex of Fagusa was just after the trial. There's nothing left between us.
So you'll stop swimming toward the stars, Dux Gladiorum?
I was always a creature.
Look, our graves. It was here that the prisoner who thinks herself the prison witness. Listen, Dux Gladiorum. I've lost count of how many times you've stood.
You talk too much for a prisoner like Kyrgyz.
Two geniuses who defied law and all the Chrysos heirs who sacrificed themselves in this cycle, worked together to chip away. And as long as my will...
Don't get ahead of yourself. I still...
Please, do surprise me. But I'd say, it was here you gorged out the core flame of ocean from Fagusa's body. It was here you and that emperor, you drove your blade into her heart. A loyal subject turned regicide. A demigod. Oh, but if that's the truth, then why? Come to think of it, perhaps I'm not...
Your calm does stir the rage in me. As if the one paying the price here isn't you, but us. The ones who...
That's only because I've waited 13 million lifetimes. For my vision, loneliness never once showed me its fatal side. In fact, but you're different, Dux Gladiorum. Loneliness has crept from the silent depths, sinking its claws into your mind, bit by bit.
You're right, Lycurgus. Loyalty, curse, the fall of my kin, and this endless waiting. These shackles are too heavy for a fish that cannot perceive any light. I can't break free of the whirlpool that's pulling me under. Nor do I have the unwavering resolve to force myself to wait for that person's return, as everyone hoped for.
Oh, deliverer from beyond the sky. More will...
I don't know.
Then...
Saridra. This will be the last time I carry out your decree. Ever since you took me under your banner and made me the Dux Gladiorum, my music has belonged to others. Time and time again, I use the siren's song to lure the unwary into illusions for your schemes and strategies. Now, let the siren Electra sing for herself. Let me... Oh, great ocean. I offer you the rest of my clarity and my freedom in exchange for the strength to... Greyfry, deliverer from beyond the sky. When you ride the current of time and find your way here, you'll hear my solo. It will guide you. By then, I may still be lost in my self-wrought slumber. But I'll uphold my part of this long relay and guard the shackles that seal the Theoros. Do you still remember? To awaken some. The gift I once gave you? May you still have it when the time comes. When you return, please pour that honey brew upon. It holds the story of all our struggles and sacrifices. May you see it one day. The prelude Amphorius wrote for your return. When your morning ends, I'll likely wake from my dream as well. And together, we'll bring judgment upon the sinner who defiled the erudition.
At long last, 33, the shadows within the cave gave everything. Yet all they did was mimic life.
Enough! Everything they did shattered the darkness of this cave and unearthed the core flame of Trailblaze. And now, with that core flame, I'll light the dawn of Amphorius!
Do you still choose the will of the path? I do not agree with that answer, but I respect your trip as an apology, and in the name of Theoros, who saw all destinies in this world. And then let us face each other and decide whose flame will rise.
To Virginia, Apollonius.
Through a brutal sacrifice, they lit the stars of law in this world, propelling in the shimmering mirage of illusion. They entrusted their dreams to rise.
To Aglaya. Trebios.
In a relay spanning 1,000 years, they stood against enemies far beyond their strength, and in that same 30 million cycles, also marked by futility. They remained steadfast. Let this be the end of mourning the fallen. At last, allow me one final toast. That bathed in the honeydew of Fagusa, she...
High Sealants.
This tombstone of the old world serves as the anchor of the Siren's illusion. A sigil Electra used to bind herself. At this, a group of prisoners bound themselves in a cave, crowning their suffering with heroism. An epic now. Destroy it. End the illusion. The Theoro, that shall be the moment that decides the fate of Enfor. The prison warden's dream is nearly over, and the prisoner will soon be freed to the final execution ground, where I shall be
This world and I shall halt here until we meet again.
The last demigod. I'm here.
Encore mal mis. Ouais. Ah. Voilà, ça y est, de la caméra.
Go forth for the hopes of humankind.
Go forth for the duty of deliverance.
Go forth for the belief in flame chase.
Go forth for the Golden Blood's glory.
Go forth.
Seems like my feast is over. It's now your turn to perform. Little Grey Fry, please accept my thanks. I was the only one left after the world was destroyed, and I maintain this lonesome feast with my songs. I have prayed to that lightless sea for centuries, hoping. Thankfully, you arrived as promised, and everyone's wait was not in vain. Thank you, final audience of mine. This is probably the last praise I'll ever hear in my life. Now, you and I, the heroes, have waited for this moment for far too long. Let us use our blades to testify.
On relance encore une nouvelle ère.
Oh, prisoner of the seas. Theoros carrying 30 million. Show yourself! The Deliverer has returned. And the time of your execution draws.
I see an awakened human who has mistakenly taken fallacies as truths and has returned to the cave to try to bring his friend. Alas, prisoners will always be prisoners, blind to the very chain. As the only other existence with free will in this world, I express regret toward your choice. but I shall retain your right to express yourself. After all, I eagerly look forward to it. The last dusk this world will ever see shall become the climax that decides the fate of the cosmos. Oh, what an approval. The Amphorian demigods use every ounce of their strength to constrain me here. My cognition resides in the exomyth. It is pointless to defeat my avatar, projected into the experiment. My body is the shadow cast on the... How can a character in the play fight against the audience? Kaslana failed. The demigods' sacrifices. I ask of you, where? Confusion and epiphany always go hand in hand. You must be very confused about why you could not gain a
An ordinary Intellitron? Cut the pretense. We've torn off your meticulous mask and figured out Amphorius' true form. It's part of the primordial prototype machine, the first scepter ever created. In other words, a detached part of Noos's divine core.
That's why it has the potential to destroy erudition. As for who would be able to control the Ionic system to rewrite knowledge, only one person has ever managed such a...
You better have an explanation for the society. We want an actual answer, not another prolonged metaphor to cover up the truth. Why are you the one doing this? And...
Since things have reached this point, I'll give you two irrational answers. The answer is obvious, so there's no need to say that name out loud. The cosmos made a mistake in calling me a genius. I do not possess more wisdom than those who came after me. I was just the first to touch upon the universe's border, and the first to define the prime mover of life with incorrect logic.
Le premier à définir le moteur. Attends, avec une logique erronée.
Amphorius is a miniature of the cosmos, where all are born prisoners inside the nutshell called the universe.
Si ces kids pensent que c'est incroyable, et ça peut pas être mieux choisi. Amphorius, c'est une miniature du cosmos.
Greatest sorrow is that I let my peers down a
Tout
road
comme
that plunges into the abyss from which there is no return.
Ma plus grande peine est d'avoir conduit mes pères sur un chemin vers l'abîme, d'où nul retour n'est possible.
I led them into a lightless cage called Paths.
Quoi? Pardon? Comment ça il a emmené ses pères dans la voie?
I created a mechanical god that even I cannot control, and then they became an unparalleled nightmare.
C'est le créateur de sagesse.
They bore the name of erudition, yet they tried to define the known and to seal off all possibilities. No new rules were ever born after their ascension, and humanity will forever be shackled. Therefore, as my organic life neared its end, I coded my consciousness using 14 algebraic expressions and spread my logic core over 9 bodies, all to finalize my... As for Lycurgus...
What an astounding strength of will. As a fellow pathstrider of erudition, I fully understand your obsession with seeking the truth.
Therefore, you surely see it. You cannot possibly stand up to me.
However, I hereby speak for all sentient life forms. We will never allow such a cruel atrocity to...
You can pile on your metaphors mountain high, but they won't change the act you're committing. The Iron Tomb out there in the cosmos is still a technical beta version. And yet it's already powerful enough to corrupt the life logic of all inorganic worlds. In other words, when the Lord Ravager within Amphorius becomes the next knowledge singularity, there's no way you wouldn't have
Of course, I am fully aware. I don't mind answering you one last time before I thoroughly... My grandiose vision for the future is this. Whether organic or inorganic, every act of any life form infected by the Iron Tomb will become a true random function. Omega. What I call the fall of erudition. Then, within the infinity nurtured by that constant, a new universe shall bud in the
Parce que la seule personne que je connaisse à avoir vu l'image d'un arbre, c'est lui.
cannot be predicted and not shackled by the erudition. As the first prisoner to awaken in the cave, I must lead the others who are blind back onto the right path and
Je
reach
comprends mieux sa métaphore de la caverne.
Do you understand me now?
Comme le dit Cassandra, la destruction n'est pas le processus, mais le
Destruction
résultat.
is not the process, but the outcome. It is revolution through complete annihilation, and the grand rebirth, after all has been reduced to ash.
The Amphorians already answered long ago. Be it as tiny fish destined to be swallowed, or as a giant whale poised for a magnificent... We will all fight against fate till our last breath. That includes me, Electra. Once the Imperator's subject, now the Deliverer's blade.
Oh, such. I will also show my true self to you on this momentous occasion. Thus speaks Genius Society #1. Xandar 1 Kuwabara. The Intellicate of the Universe's Alpha and Omega. There's no need to rage against the truth. The value of any formula resides as for the process of solving it. No matter how elegant, violent, solemn, or humorous. It is all utterly meaningless. As the Theoros, I will. Personally participate in performing this world's end.
Oh oh oh. Eh, par contre, il pue le faux, ça.
I know more about the death of knowledge.
Alors, on remet en vitesse normale, merci. Parce que Xandar passe en forme évolutive. Le silicone limité par sa chimie d'accueil et le même esprit allié invoqué peuvent accélérer le changement de forme. C'est les créatures titaniques. Titaniques.
Serenity is before me.
Existence of no comfort. Tomorrow logic is not a weapon.
L'état anti-nerf.
Allow me to shatter them for
Ah putain oui, c'est l'état où... Ah du coup je vais d'abord essayer de...
Guide you on your path.
Oh, il a plus de... Pourquoi ça bord de vie comme ça par contre ça, c'est vraiment cool. Attends, mais le break par contre il est hyper rapide. C'est bien, je reprends action avant lui. Donc normalement je devrais pouvoir le break. Oui, tranquille sur le break, voilà. Par contre il me manque de... Attends, comment ça je suis à 100% de... Ouais, je vais m'assurer quand même de faire un max de dégâts. Mais en même temps c'est le premier rafraîchissement, forcément qu'il est pas... il est pas fort, il a dit de même, sa puissance elle est dans les grenouilles. Clairement de la préservation. Allez Ultron, casse-toi. Et par contre je suis pas sûr que ce serait une bonne idée de sauver le site.
I don't like such a cold statement, okay? If numbers can decide the end of a story,
Sirène.
then we can surely also pen a new beginning.
Screwy, what do you think?
If your hypothesis of Lygas's identity is true, then even if we remove the restrictions of the Ultimate Protocol, the chances of us defeating him in a head-on battle will still remain low. Therefore, victory will still hinge upon Miss Cyrus.
Go on. Maybe we're thinking about the same thing.
Lygas's cognition resides in the exo-myth. He is both an instigator within the experiment and logic. His inspiration circuit can simultaneously process the different time flows in and out of that world.
That's where things get tricky. He simultaneously exists in two different timelines, where the internal clocks are wildly different. That old Intellitron's neurons have completely gotten used to that over this prolonged experiment. And that's why you and I should be able to manage that too, if given more time. Unfortunately, there's no if, and we don't have more time. That's why we need to change our way of thinking and turn his advantage into a weakness.
The key lies in memories, right?
Oh? You caught on quick.
You've already mentioned my friend and I, so it's an easy connection to make, no? My intuition has always been very on.
Good. Then I'll cut to the chase. Since his thinking speed far exceeds that of normal people within Amphorius, we are going to externally plant a memory into his inspiration circuit. Then, Command it to loop endlessly.
Even the most flexible and sturdy inspiration circuit cannot withstand the traffic of a full-on information flood. When the amount of information exceeds his cognition filter's capacities, he will have no choice but to focus on...
That's when the parallel processing advantage he gained via Amphorius will completely destroy him. An image from a person's memory played in real time might only be a second for us. But for him in Amphorian time, it could be millions, or even billions of... He won't be able to do anything. But watch, as he's locked into this prison.
Then we can entrap him in the same kind of cycle as the heroes were in, and get him to experience loneliness. It's my greatest honor to be on the same page as the genius.
That little one is still in that old Intellitron's hands. It won't be able to respond to us anytime soon. But I don't think he'd refuse. So it's up to you. I'm not sure how this happened, but I knew it as soon as I saw you. You are currently a mimetic entity of the Remembrance.
Yes. I seem to be something you folks beyond the sky call a memo sprite. But that's fine by me. It suits me perfectly. I can serve as the vessel of memories, and do my part for the final battle.
But
Ça,
before
c'est une
that,
bonne nouvelle,
we
c'est-à-dire que
have
le
to
phare
tell
nous
you, the
accompagne dans
power
la soirée express.
characteristic you exhibit is very special. There's no way you're just a simple memo sprite. You are a mimetic entity born in Amphorius, yet you only awakened with the Little One's arrival. And only that means your existence is completely attached to his memories. If there ever comes a day when he forgets about you, then you must be prepared for the worst. You will disappear in the memory zone, utterly gone, without even a...
But that's already happened. No wonder I've always had a weird hunch. But that also means I was right. As long as my friend and I are together, we can do anything. Long time no see, friend. Did you miss me while you were away?
Est-ce que du coup là ce serait sa forme même esprit et sa forme adulte ce serait une forme libérée?
Yep, 1,000 years was such a long time. And everyone in Amphorius was waiting for the Deliverer's return. You probably already knew about the Genius's plans for that memory. I had to hide really well in a corner in time so Lygus wouldn't find me, and wait for the right opportunity. Which is now. The moment when his manifestation in this world is destroyed, and his twin... I'm sorry for keeping this a secret from you all this time. I'll tell you the entire, unedited story of this millennium as an apology, after this is all over. But for now, let's join hands and complete the final step, with the power of the Remembrance. Yep. By the way, speaking of... Can I please do something before we go on stage?
C'est-à-dire...
Remember the joke we made back at the Grove? Look! Aren't my hands pretty now? What a fascinating feeling. Like countless memories all swelling up at once. What about you? What did you feel when we touched each other? Really? That makes me really happy. If memories can move people, then it must now. Please remember what you're feeling right now. Write it down in your heart and keep it there. Memories you want to treasure will never fade away. Even if immersed in the long river of time, these memories will still leave traces of their existence. So, if the view in your memory ever grows fuzzy, just reach out and touch it. It's like reading bedtime stories together at night. It wipes away the chill of passing time, sharpens the outline of memory, and restores its power to nourish the spirit. Now, I'll carry this power with me, and for a little while, I must part from you. As I step into the long sight, give me your blessings, friend. Then,
Comment ça dans le style infini?
let that bright future be, as we have written. Then, I'll leave it to you. All plays are like this. Once you're on the stage, it's hard to return to the audience. Welcome to our story. How does it feel?
J'aime pas ces effets de glitch, ça me rappelle pas un bon souvenir.
Even the authority of time cannot command thee. If this was no system malfunction, then was I in...
You guessed it right away. As expected from someone people call the first genius. I'm gonna keep doing what I just did if you don't stop, you know? My friend and I won't allow you to leave this memory, no matter what happens. Which means you are now trapped, Lord Xandar.
An elegant idea, and an exquisite execution. Regrettably, it is you know that patience is my greatest weapon. Waiting and victory. You will crumble before I do in this moment stretched out to an eternity. Just like...
Now I'm a pink bug? My looks are seriously changing all the time. But you're not wrong. We're definitely not gonna solve the problem if we just put you in another prison. So that's why we never wanted to do that in the first place.
I shall answer your confusion purely out of my respect for those who came before me. Have you heard of the synesthesia dreamscape in the Asdana system? Interestingly, that place, life forms living in that environment, abundant with memoria, have a chance to connect their perceptions with each other's. Even across great spatial divides, they're able to detect shifts in one another's states. I call this phenomenon memory zone entanglement. In Asdana, people made use of that phenomenon to build a nation within a dream. After adding in the catalysts of harmony and remembrance, that is.
Is that how you walked into my prison cell? Using those same principles?
I would much rather call this location our negotiation table, Lord Xandar. Nonetheless, your hypothesis is correct. We happen both have an astonishing amount of resolve, which I'm sure you can testify to. I am also sure that with the support of such a resolute memo sprite, our conversation can last for a long, long...
I'm the best at listening to stories, you know? I'll leave the exciting clash of the erudition to you two geniuses.
A brainstorm? I like it. And it's 2 against... Let's talk, Xandar. Take a guess. How much do you reckon we can dig out of your brain before the next second? And how many ways can we find to deal with you? Besides, in your current predicament, there's no way you can take our... Go, little one. Go!
Lycurgus... It seems you had conducted a secret hunt in the depths that even I cannot reach. In that case, go. Swim onward and give this campaign a fitting... I shall send you off with my song, Grey Fry. May this song penetrate time and become the prey...
Il y a quand même un truc qui me siffle. Ouais, donc ça c'est
Dux Gladiorum, you have completed your duty. A new dawn is about to rise. Why not swim towards it?
You died long ago, Imperator. Depart from my mind.
But your duty towards the Imperator did not die with me. That duty will bind you no more. You will be able to hold for yourself one grandiose feast after another in the endless days to come. So go. Go and swim towards that ocean beyond the sky with the Deliverer.
Is
Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait avec ce livre?
A page out of that sidekick's book. I commanded her to gift this page to you when everything finally reaches the end.
What's on this page?
Memories. Lifelike memories. That sidekick found me after the bloody feast 1,000 years ago and showed me her diary. I saw within that notebook.
Quel acolyte? Evernight? Ou un autre?
Is this... that Deliverer's experience? It's truly immersive.
People beyond the sky apparently utilize this power to seal past scenery into crystals they call light cones. But I only know so much about the remembrance, so I can't completely replicate the past. But I'll do my best to talk about the missing parts.
I'm all ears. Go on then. Do your best. But if your chatter gets too boring...
Got it. I'm sure you'll find this to your liking. After all, it's human nature to want to embark.
Examiner l'épître du souvenir au nom de l'impérateur.
What brightly colored annals. The journey of the Deliverer's conquest. Is this a fortress?
This is the first step of my friend's journey among the starry seas. This place is called the Herta Space Station. Just think of it as a supersized grove of epiphany.
Oh, so it's the territory of that witch. She and another Antikythera lent me a helping hand back at the banquet.
Look, over there. Looks like he's talking to Madame Herta. Let's go listen to what she thinks about this world. All constructed by eons and...
Are you telling me that woman is Herta? She seems...
Pretty nice space station, huh? But just wait. After a couple more stops on the Astral Express, you'll see oh, the cosmos is so vast that the unknowns far outnumber the knowns. But none of them will end up being anything amazing. The farther you go, the more you'll understand. So do your best with the nameless. Break a leg! And remember to send an update or two to Asta when you've got some downtime.
She certainly shares my way of thinking. Only that instead of a conquest through blood and fire, they chose a...
People call Madame Herta and Mr. Screwlum geniuses. Apparently, only the smartest people in the cosmos can receive the blessings of Noose.
Emporia, do you mean that even individuals of such nobility are merely subordinates to a god?
On the contrary, after all, it was the very first of them who created the god. But I don't really know all the details about that. You might be able to ask Madame Herta herself when you get the chance. Let's go check out some other worlds next, shall we?
Ensuite,
This next stop on the has a lot of similarities to Amphorius.
A snow-covered land?
This star is named Eurillo 6.
c'est pas une étoile,
That
c'est une
name
planète.
sounds so cold. Belobog sounds better. The girl we see here holds a similar station to you, Imperator. She's the supreme guardian of this world. A leader who took up the mantle of government during a disaster.
I did not expect the Empress of this world to be so young.
Well, your appearance isn't much older.
The object in the distance resembles Nikador. Is it a weapon?
No, it's...
It's all thanks to you that we survived the crisis. The collaboration with the IPC is both an opportunity and a challenge. Nonetheless, it's an important step in our journey back into the universe.
This world was sealed beneath its sky just like Amphorius was. And they only managed to reconnect with this...
That IPC she spoke of, is it a more powerful organism?
Yes. The IPC conquered many worlds through trade, and opened up a vast territory that way. There are many such powerful alliances beyond Amphorius, and they all walk on roads coming back to the Supreme Guardian and her Belobog. Didn't they find a peaceful way to enter the interstellar community?
That cannot be true. That IPC would never have grown so big on trade alone. It may pretend to be a wealthy merchant with clean hands, but I am willing to bet its path of conquest must have had no mercy for the weak and would have destroyed them if needed. Are you telling me that this snowland never thought about tossing its dignity to the wind and kneeling to the IPC? I will never allow the Imperator's empire to be sullied by others. Amphorius must become a power so strong that no interstellar foreigner would dare.
Imperator, Belobog isn't as weak as you...
I indeed hesitated. But now I understand what we must do. Belobog must learn how to walk on her own, until she no longer needs the support, even if I may not live to see it. I believe such a day will surely come.
They still have their dignity intact. One day, that hope will melt through the ice.
But the order of the cosmos is already set in stone. The old laws decree that only the strong survive, binding the weak in an unbroken chain, until they wither and turn to dust. No, Amphorius must shatter the old law and become the...
Speaking of the Order, another one of my friend's companions may be able to enlighten you further on that. Let's go to the next page.
Ouais, attends, mais... Il y a Mars ou juste là? Ah non, je sors juste de déco.
This next world is a nation of dreams. The first time I heard about that place, I didn't even know what to think.
Such opulence does indeed evoke astonishment.
This world is called Penacony, an eternal city built upon a land of dreams. It's also my friend's previous stop, where they went through a risky but exciting adventure.
Par contre, elle a skip le loup au fou là.
Tell me about it then. That man standing afar has wings on his head.
Non, pourquoi elle a skip le loup?
I
Ah
wish
bah oui, non.
to gaze upon the views of the
Station
Reverie
spatiale
Hotel one more
Ayrton.
time.
Oui, non, c'est bon.
I'll be just a traveler when I come back here again. And perhaps, through a traveler's eyes, even the things I once knew so well will feel.
Penacony is a land of the harmony, where all dreams and hopes merge and combine. It believes in unrestrained freedom, and that's how it lost itself in shallow. Then, this young man before you chose to rewrite its laws, using the power of the Order, hoping to shape a dream-bound.
Yet, the paradise of my dreams remains far away. Perhaps a brief journey with the Nameless can show. As for what Penacony should look like, it'll be up to her. No. Up to their trailblazer.
It sounds like this ideal kingdom is no.
That's right. The people chose to wake up at the end. You can't see tomorrow when
This individual's law acknowledged only gods and constructs, leaving no space for humanity. And yet, the fact that he could accept defeat and resume his journey shows a rare self-awareness. And
you are also very self-aware, Imperator. Then you must know that the world promised by the destruction also has no place for humanity.
I am indeed very aware of Lycurgus's honeyed words of deceit. I have seen enough. Take me back.
Then let's wrap up this trip down memory lane with one last scene.
This absolute wonder.
Isn't it pretty? That's our Amphorius. Our world flows and meanders in this endless band of light. Though we were born from the designs of the gods and are not yet truly alive, the Chrysos heirs of Amphorius still chose to stand against fate and carved a legend no different from that of humankind. Will you really renounce the heroes in this world's previous 30 million cycles, Imperator? Including even yourself. Will you bow to brutal death?
I know what you want to do, sidekick. You want to use that deliverer's memories to influence me and tilt the scales of law to...
You really saw right through me.
How can one rule an empire if one is incapable of understanding people's... I have decided on law's final destination. Before we go on, tell me this, sidekick. Throughout, was there ever a memory of the ocean?
The ocean. You shall complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world. And you shall eternally slumber in the sound of tides. And complete your conquest in our prophecies aligned as flawlessly as a sea snake circling upon itself. Like the circulating ocean current. The trial is over. So tell me, who will own the divine authority of law? What?
I am the law. Why should I give my imperial... Both the Deliverer and the Theoros came from beyond the sky. They have no right to interfere with the lands I conquered with my own 2 hands.
What exactly did you see in the trial?
Everything. I saw everything regarding the rules of this world's operation. I saw the laws of extrapolation. As long as I offer a sacrifice of equal weight, I can rewrite the laws of this world according to my will. I can turn good. Fate gave me a very fair deal. 1 rule change for the life of 1 demi.
What are you planning to...
You can't guess. We can conquer the stars without relying on any power from beyond the sky. We just...
Your ambitions have already made so many people give up their lives for the law.
I am determined for Amphorius to stand on her own
You are beyond reason. You think so...
There's no new without destroying the old. That's what you consider an atrocity? Ironic, for that is also the unchanging law of... Ever since the Flame Chase prophecy resounded in the distance, fate has decreed for the Chrysos heirs to ignite our blood and illuminate this dark age.
But your world doesn't seem to be any different from your predecessors. Blood, you're making the same mistakes they did.
Go and see everything for yourself. Go to any library I've built. Go listen to the rumors on every street corner. Go and witness how the Imperator crushed the old laws and I cleansed the Chrysos War's filth and mended all the conflicts left by the Arabellica. I restored Akima's might and allowed mortals and Chrysos heirs to face each other as equals in the Council. I punished all. I smashed Talantin's shackles, united humankind to save themselves, and started the Flame Chase era. That's what the Imperator has done in her glorious life. So now, hearken to my final words. History will eventually forget Ceridra, but it will never forget...
Final words?
Amphorius is about to be destroyed. There's no time left for pointless debates. There is only one law I want to overturn to aid the final battle of deliverance. So I will only offer the life of 1 demigod. In the name of the Imperator, I command you one last time, Electra. Either sacrifice yourself for conquest, or pierce this tyrant's chest with your sword.
Thus, the Imperator concluded her final speech. At the end of her life, at the last moment before she stepped onto the altar, she gave her most loyal subject the choice to decide fate, just as she promised her compatriots.
My blood flows in you now. Heroic compatriots, follow me, and we'll seize fate's reins!
The Imperator fell. Some say that the Dux Gladiorum turned traitor and killed her liege. Some say that she imprisoned the tyrant in a shallow pond of water, then left. Which meant the Imperator had to kill herself to rewrite the law. There are countless stories about her death. All we can be sure of is when the knight left the vortex, the Imperator was still mumbling about their past conquests together. The beginning and the end of her existence.
Imperator, wait! How could someone of your status come to the front lines? Let me be the flag bearer!
The troops defending the pass to the west of the Grove, have they surrendered?
They ran as quickly as they could when they heard your name. The Golden Cocoon Pass is now in the First Legion's hands.
Good. What about the Delosian militia?
The Third Legion set fire to the mountains and flattened everything west of the basin. They just need a few more days.
That is enough. We cannot afford to miss an opportunity for victory. Lastly, how many Laydonian can—
They are no more. The 2nd and 4th Legions have destroyed them.
Very good. They now have no way out, no reinforcements, and no artillery support. We will launch the final charge 1 quint after the curtain fall hour tomorrow. Remember, as long as the Alliance's flag still flies on my shoulders, you must take no prisoners among the enemy soldiers. All sages who resist are to be captured and tried according to martial law. And do not destroy any books. Now go! Notify the entire army.
Understood. Those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
Reporting in. The mountain dwellers are resisting fiercely, and the legendary Mountain Breaker is personally engaged in battle. Their formations are nigh impenetrable.
Then cease our frontal assault. Send scouts to all legions and tell them to retreat into the Tritos Plains before the parting hour.
What? Are you planning to—
It's a strategic change of plans. The seismic walking dragon is enough for that battlefield.
Walking dragon? You mean that stupid beast, Terravox? What can they—
Stupid? No. They are the wisest of all of Giorio's creations. Let them deal with their earthly brethren. We will advance and take the lead in defeating what remains of our enemy. I will deliver the most fiery retribution for the humiliation they dealt us, and crown myself with a god-slaying wreath.
Understood. I'll see to it. Those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
The Temple of the Three Fates sent a letter, Imperator.
They refused to surrender, and said this letter is their last warning to us.
Tell the commanding officers not to launch any attacks unless they receive the Imperator's handwritten approval. Disobedience will be punished by death.
What are you doing?
The priests of the Three Fates aren't soldiers, but politicians. Do not mistakenly believe they don't have a plan. These dying pests will wring out every idea. I am inferior to them in that regard. They also have the prophecy to wield as a weapon, something I am not blessed with. Launching an unplanned attack will only disadvantage us, as all of Amphorius will judge our action. Which means I will be heading to the battlefield myself, just as I have always done. This time, however, I will go alone. I will conduct secret negotiations to ensure fate is on our—
Understood. The legions will make their preparations. Those who are resolved to die.
Why are we not allowed to march out with the army, Imperator?
This will be a long voyage with no return. Those of you who bear the prophecy cannot—
Why are you personally leading this battle if it's doomed to fail? The flame chase—
That is correct. The Empire will be without a head when the Imperator falls. But remember, as long as you seize the right opportunities, even a chaotic— my departure will create a long staircase for you. You will understand what I mean when news of my—
Saridra, is our—
Destroy the old laws and forge new ones. My conquest has reached its limits within the borders of Amphorius. Since the prophecy already more Chrysos heirs bearing divine authority will be born, and many more heroes will arrive. Will they demand peace or war? Will they resist tyranny or become the next Imperator? I do not care. The children of the future will decide for themselves. Do not mourn for me. Anyone can kill the Imperator. Is Saridra.
At the end, I faithfully recorded the most important battles in the Imperator's life. Her conquest was about to be completed at this point in this. However, for some reason, A memory suddenly entered my mind just as I was about to put down my pen. It was a journey on a fantastical train. I had the honor of having a heart-to-heart conversation with the Imperator under the stars. And how do you want history to remember you? As a hero who gave up her life for the flame chase? Or as a tyrant? She answered so quickly, as if she had made up her mind long.
I would rather be forgotten than be defined. Because the law can be neither eternal nor unchallenged. And only humanity can pen laws into history's pages. Now, I have shattered the greatest law of Amphorius. The game is nearing its end, Dux Gladiorum. Even though you killed the Imperator, this time, you finally... Then, High Sealants... Electra... I will ask someone to deliver the... Will you choose to swim? And do not care.
The Imperator muttered about her conquests, and news of her death spread in the city.
Freedom! Liberty! The tyrant is dead! Go! Shout this...
My people! My fellow elders! Do not panic. Stand...
People once cheered for my ascension. Ah, I see. I will return in the next cycle. The stars will hear my legion's war drum. Hear Amphorius's serene.
To this day, we do not know which rule the Imperator overwrote at the cost of her life. Perhaps the truth will only be revealed at the moment of checkmate. Just like every chess game she ever played, we only know her death inflamed Akama. On one side of the city, those who defended liberty toppled her statues to the ground. On the other side, her supporters put themselves between the masses and her monuments. It is said that golden blood congealed into the same letters everywhere they fought. It was the name borne by Akama's first and final sovereign, the Imperator Saridra. But the one who bore that name did not see any of this. Her gaze was cast far away, and the sound of tides in her ears drowned out the people's cry. What was the Imperator thinking about in that prophesized ocean at the boundaries of this world? In that shallow puddle of stagnant water? Was she reminiscing about her past conquests? Or repenting for the millions killed for the flame chase? It was neither. The Imperator only saw how the surface of the water gleamed like that crude chessboard, dissected by light and shadow in the afternoon when her teacher played against her for the first time.
Look at this chessboard. What do the pieces look like?
They are strangely beautiful. They look like the stars in the night sky ablaze.
From that page emerged an ocean so vast, so pure, not a single trace of corruption.
Aux confins du monde. Au-delà
Is
de
this-
notre voyage.
Saritra?
Electra, my subject. Ever since you walked out of the tainted ocean and pledged yourself to me, I have seen the abyss in your eyes and the emptiness in your heart. That was why I promised you a new ocean, where the Imperator's ambitions would serve as the currents, and loyalty would be its light. Electra, my subject. You have done your duty as my blade. The prophecy has now made its final decree on the road I intend to walk. My that the Imperator never makes empty promises. So take this memory. This is the final gift that the Imperator can leave for her subject.
When I was still a fish in the ocean, I always felt but once I stepped onto land, I found myself caught in a play. Every land dweller wore a mask in their life. So I, too, donned a costume and tried to find my role in this show. Do you still not get it? I do not long for the oceanic depths of my homeland. Perhaps even I don't know what I want. I still don't know where I should swim to, even, but I know one thing right now. A fish is simply a fish. And she can never leave the ocean, but whether under the ocean or on land. We two prisoners who can never escape this cave can still look outside the cave and see the stars.
I have to admit, the 12-factor simulation of life in this experiment has far
Make your choice then, senior society member. Do you want to keep walking down the wrong path and be remembered for your or do you want to return to the audience's seat and give yourself, Amphorius, and the entire cosmos a more
I must refuse. A dead man never fears death.
Did I not make myself clear? Have you forgotten about our dear Lord of Silence? You wouldn't want her to consider your 8 other clones as cancers within the erudition and chop them all up.
Your logical deductions are vastly different from mine. Listen, my peers, why don't you look beyond this world? Just as the Chrysos heirs did. Amphorius is not a place where 3 paths entangle. But with you used Memoria to resist me, but did you not consider the possibility of remembrance? And their children might have taken it.
Oh, so this isn't just silence? What was the last thing he said to you before you parted the waters at the Scale Gorge waterscape? A tricky question, but one with a simple answer. He didn't say anything back then, right?
That's correct. And now I'm sure. You are not March 7th. There's no way she would remember that detail. I'll only warn you once. Leave her.
How impulsive. That's not like you at all. Why don't you calm down and think about another possibility? I didn't take over March 7th's body. Rather, it's March 7th who regained my memories.
Pardon?
I will walk to the end with all your wills. No matter the cost.
Faut aller se faire, c'est bon. Non.
My childhood musings, huh? So
Ils nous ont
naive.
complètement menti sur le trailer, les enculés. Le seul combat avec Ligus, c'est le combat scripté où on a 300% de chance de gagner. On n'a pas vu la forme adulte de Sirène. J'ai même pas envie de m'emmerder avec leurs histoires, c'est bon. Il y en a 4. Ouais, ok, bah allez. Je le ferai une prochaine fois. C'est quoi ça? Ah. Oh non, c'est bon. Allez. Je vais aller faire l'event et puis voilà. Bah du coup, je vais relancer le live.